I just pray and sing this song. Feel good.
My station. My station.
Keep it right here. Keep it right here.
Press FM. Keep listening.
Our beloved brother asked the question, how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? We must intensify our agitation for liberation and follow the examples of our great ancestors who forged ahead and made way for us to follow. Stand up and fight for your rights in this your time. Stand up and fight for your rights in this your time. Freedom just won't come if we sit down and lie down. Stand up and fight for your rights in this empire. Our enemies are always making plans to keep us down. Our enemies are always making plans to keep us down.
Windy said something. Windy, is the mic set up?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I don't really want me.
Just play in the background. Just go ahead and play in the background. Yeah. Nice. Irie, you got to stand up and fight for your rights. Our race, we are not accustomed to any. Not much handouts, not much things to hold us down. Now I have with my brother Windy. Brother Windy has come in. We're Windy, just talking to the mic. We haven't seen you for quite a while. How things?
Yes, man, I was sick, very sick, man. Get a little strokes, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yes, get a little stroke in my hand. After me eat one big piece of cake, and when me done eat the cake, me go drink some
talking
ice.
To the mic.
Yes, cold ice water. And after me eat the cold ice water, I just feel my hand go under. My hand go straight out.
But it can straighten out now. I see you straightening it out now.
Much better now.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So you walk with a sponge ball.
Yes, that everybody else can do that.
No, we don't want just to tell you. We want to see you walk with it.
All right.
And you keep exercising the figures.
All right.
So that's the circulation come back.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yes, my brothers and sisters, my greatest love and honor. I know who King Embrace Selassie is.
Yes.
But the whole of us have to pass through the little tribulation that he passed through in this world.
Yes.
They spit at him, they mock him, they jeer him, they be my man of evil. But to me, I live to see that I can call upon his name and Queen of me come the mother of creation.
But the beauty of today, is that today is celebration.
Yes.
Because we're celebrating the 91st coronation of His Majesty.
That time I was a little man, Maxwell Park children, no mother, no father.
All right, well, he becomes our mother and father. And the coronation, Brother Windy,
yes.
to I and I, the coronation is a love story.
true, man. Listen to the whole day.
It's a love story. It's a love story.
Whole day.
It's the love of Ethiopia,
True, sir.
the love of humanity, the love of Africa. All this comes out in the coronation. And of course, the love of his queen, the love of his wife.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh, it's a beautiful love story.
Story.
It exceeds Salman and Sheba.
Sheba.
You understand? And why I say that? Because in the crowning of the empress,
Send the two nation.
right? But the crowning of the empress, it's His Majesty
Right.
himself. He's being crowned. He has just finished being crowned,
What do you mean?
and he took up the crown, the empress crown.
What do you mean?
He took up the crown and handed to Abuna Krelos
What do you mean?
for the Abuna to place it upon her head.
That's right.
So the Abuna took it from His Majesty's hands
You see.
and placed it upon her head.
Yeah.
How beautiful.
Wonderful.
Yes. So today, you know, Brother Windy, we all as Black people, Rastafari, Pan-Africanists,
You see.
world figures, we're celebrating.
What do you mean?
We're celebrating that beautiful love story.
Kings of kings.
And when I say the love of his country, because he gave the country a constitution.
What do you mean? That they must
He said,
rule by.
yes, he's taking power from himself
Yeah.
and spread it out now and inviting the people to participate in the governmental process.
That's it.
How beautiful. It's a love story. So Windy, we're glad that you could come by. As usual, we're glad, we respect that.
Yes.
And we understand that where you live, you got what, burnt out?
Yes, that
The whole place or
seven-
just part
the
of it?
whole place, 7 Montgomery Avenue.
Burned down?
Yes, they don't like when only pretend like they love you.
Yes, but hold tight now. So you mean them burn on your house?
Burn it down flat to the ground when the policeman come.
We know before we should the policeman come.
Right.
We want our listeners to understand. So your house burned down.
Flat to the ground.
So
And I was-
we no window man.
Yes, yes.
So all your belongings, your
Everything,
clothes and your books
everything,
and your
everything.
little motor and everything
All that gone. at the-
burn up, eh?
And when I was in there and they was burning it down,
I mean they burn it down. Some people burn it down.
yes, the policeman and him talk and him
No,
tell the
me not
policeman
talk
him
about
catch
it.
the fire.
Him tell the police say him catch it a fire.
Catch it a fire.
Oh,
Right
I
to
tell-
go.
So he has been arrested.
No, they don't arrest him no time at all.
So why him tell the police? What reason he gave the police?
Say him was take some bush from inside of the garage and put beside my fence and light it in the morning. When I was inside there and they never called to me. Just run and say the
So
fire burn up there.
is rubbish in my light?
Yes, put the rubbish from inside and put them in
Yeah,
the fence.
right. So it's rubbish. So
A rubbish in my light and him tell the police the fire get wet.
oh, I see. So
But him deliberately burn it because they're not supposed the government them give him a paper and say that you must move the garbage. 3 day time we coming to lock you up and prosecute you. If you have no money if you look about the arm going, holy for garbage, you know. You have him a pile up all beside me even inside of the garage and outside. So I couldn't escape the judgment. So
hold
the
on,
police
now.
the government give him a paper and say last week Monday.
They told him to get rid of the rubbish.
Right, him not get rid of the rubbish, him light for the easy work.
We have to get rid of it
Right.
and end up and burn down your
And
place.
burn down my
All right.
place.
Has he offered you any compensation to assist now for you to rebuild back a little gates?
Yes, but that only come up large.
Yeah, but how much him offer you?
No have him not at all.
Then, oh, no, me ask if him offer you. You no offer you none at all.
Not at all.
So when say him sorry?
Yes, he must say him sorry. You understand me?
All right, hold on. He must say him sorry, but him no offer no that you can go buy even 2 pieces of plywood and some
Not like
board,
that.
or him no say nothing to you.
All him tell the police him how clean out the place and help me build back build back
The house.
the
Him
house.
tell the police that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but So is there any follow-up? Is the police telling that they're going to come back and
say
check?
them go and give me mattress and all I know one mattress same thing.
Who?
The police them have mattress.
Who him say, but him not bringing on yet.
Not bringing on yet.
But hold on, but which part you da put the mattress where you go sleep?
No, me get a good mattress last night from a man girlfriend.
Give a nice mattress.
Give me a nice.
But in terms of a place where you stay, how?
It don't come in a night, just out now one big yard in a Omara Road. They call it Overlook.
Oh, yeah, for now.
And the man them move nice, you know. And then cut them me plight and all that. And sorry,
so you need a little gates then. You need a little space.
Yeah, but space did they wish part me there now, but them burn me out the first time already, you know, and that man died. 2 months after him burn me out, him die when him go to the hospital. Doctor them so they can't cut him inside a rat because he was a cokehead. So the first garage man, him they the one who get me burn out. And this one come now.
So, but hold on now. So you gone back to the first place.
Where them burn me out first.
Right. But you have a little gates there, you have a roof over your head?
No, not hard. Yes, I had a roof over there when them burn.
No, you had.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to get at now, Wendy. You need a roof over your head now.
You see, through the fire because you not get, you know?
No, you not give me the excuse. Me not like the excuse because I talk to you and you sound sensible, man.
Right.
You can't get no excuse. All I want is I want to put out an appeal to some of our listeners. So that's if what you don't need, Wendy, you don't want to rebuild back a little gates?
No, the gate all right, you know, it's just a little ranch me want, just a little something.
A little space for live, me I think. Right. So you don't welcome some pieces of 2x4 and some plywood.
Yes, right.
If you get that.
Right, all right.
You that help. Can you are able to get somebody to help you build it?
Yes, man, more. No people.
All right, so enough people to help you.
Help me.
So you don't want to get some lumber.
Right.
What about zinc?
Yes, and zinc.
You don't need some zinc for the roof.
Even about 6 sheets of zinc.
All right. So we want some zinc and we want some lumber and so on. So in a little house now, you don't need things like a little table and all of that.
No. So you know, want too much of the crowdy things.
No, but you need a little table for put your food.
Because me have somebody who can cook for me.
Yeah, but even so, you need a little table.
31 Montgomery Avenue. She give me little food and so me no problem with touch on the line of food.
No, but I think about make your space look a little airy. You need a little table. You need even one chair in the place. Right.
Sound good.
And you have electricity?
No electricity. Because so them tell lights and make me light candle. So if me the dead now burn up in the node.
Then when I say it's candle turn over.
Candle turn over and
all right.
So they tell the policeman say the whole of the shop people them about you know me. And down Walton Park Road come right up all about. Please to go there and find out when if there was a wind they come there anytime at all. For that night I am buying the candle. I don't deal with candle. I don't even love it.
Yes. But hold on now, if you do have no electricity, what you do as your little lighting at night?
Night.
Yes.
Or me use the
phone light?
No, the thing, the 4 battery light them.
Oh, you have some like a battery light?
Yes, battery light. You can get a town to buy and then me use.
Okay.
You go use candle.
Wait, we pass that, but say no use candle.
Right.
So you use a little battery light.
Right.
And so on. I just thinking, so you have enough clothes?
Yes, man, we have that wagga, man.
All right, you have clothes. And you have like
shoes.
You have enough shoes.
Enough because it's additional me also.
Okay, so you get those things
over there, yes.
So you get your undergarments and all them
things.
Yes, man.
All
right, so you have that. Right. But the main thing now is to put a little roof over your head.
Right.
And a little gates where you can sleep in the night time.
Something about this side there, yes.
Yes,
no
yes.
Problem.
All right, so persons who are listening, if there is anything that you'd like to give, assist Brother Windy, you could bring it down by my place at 75 East Street.
Right.
Bring it down by 75 East Street. Whatever assistance you can give Brother Windy, he has been a long-standing warrior on the battlefield for Rastafari, for the black struggle, for the Pan-African struggle. He's now, you're 80 much now, Windy?
83 Christmas.
83. So, you know, And like I have said many times on this program, that I remember the days when I attended Russell Primary School and Windy would have come by and he give away more than what him sell.
True, so.
Him give away oranges. Him used to give away asham, you know, and so on. Guinea, a banana, all those things. Windy would come and give away. So we, many of us, have experienced the goodness of his hands, the goodness of his mind. And above all, when we used to see him ride, he used to make him own bicycle, but it used to be tricycle because sometimes it have all 3 wheels. And him have him carrier, him used to have all engine on it. But I say all of that to say that he is an industrious mind, and he would travel around on his bicycle and him carry things, give away. But we felt very proud because as little youths, he would always make sure him have the red, gold, and green flag. Always have him flag put on him bicycle, whether to the front or to the carrier at the back or somewhere. And he himself sometimes would have the flag in his hand, riding and waving.
And the emperor picture.
And the emperor picture, yes. And so you know, so sending out the appeal, Windy.
Yes.
I go and write down my number and give you,
right,
so that you can call me, you know,
yes,
so that I can tell you. And I'm hoping 1 or 2 brothers and sisters respond to the call and bring in some things for Brother Windy.
And so,
yes.
Man phone grandparent and say, I'm going to get some money by to him family. You go down on the face on a Walton Park. We call it change money, we call it
Western Union.
Right, on a Western Union. So people grandparent can help me because to are going in the world now we don't call it scamming.
Yeah.
You have to be careful when you send money, can't give anyone. So if you know that brother Miguel is very clean and what do you want to talk at daytime, yeah?
You mean Brother Jerry?
Yes, Bongo Jerry. And
yes.
How you sending the money and so to give it to them to give me. Sure, I will get it. Sure. And please remember, it's the second time now they burn me out, but give thanks to the Almighty. We still hold up strong.
All right.
So it happened, me been crying is only
no, today's celebration, Windy. Today's celebration, man. Celebrate. That now help for you now. Hold on a minute, man.
I remember what the emperor passed through, and I would have to pass through it, you know, myself. In this time, kings of kings and mighty ruler, loving mother and father of creation.
So I'm giving you my number here, Windy.
Yes,
so you can call me, you know, like say about next week.
Next week.
Yes, because today Wednesday and by tomorrow Thursday the week run fast.
Yes.
So you call me next week now, and we will see what other persons bring in,
yes,
and what we ourselves can do, and we will try and see how we can think. But important thing now is board, Forget right. Some board. Some
right.
board, yeah.
And the ply.
Yeah, the ply board is good.
The ply.
And a cup.
Ply. That can
5 ply and some two right. And some 2 before.
Right.
You need some 2 before. And you will need nail and the zinc. Now we have to check out the zinc business, you know.
Yes, the zinc.
Because the whole rain will fall now, you can expose at your GT3. All right, so may I give you my number, Windy?
Yes, I give
so, you man, no matter what you cry. We're a warrior, you know, Windy. Warrior. Yes. All right, so take this, you know. Yes. And anyone, see that? Anyone want to call in, I can get a number this here, you know. The number of the station here, 876, of course, 619-1508. So 619-1508 or 279-8473. That's the station number where you can call in to me.
I call Jerry.
Or they can call Jerry tomorrow.
Yes.
At those same numbers. And so those who call and don't get me now, you can call Jerry tomorrow. and we'll see how we can coordinate something, Windy,
Big time.
and move from talking to action. So, anyone want to call in? Welcome, and you can call me after, and we will see how we can thing. Yes. You can call me at my office, which is yes, you can 631. That's my office number, 631-9207. So you can call during the day at the office. And even if I'm not there, I don't answer. Someone will answer. And you can tell them what you can do in the Windy effort. So don't worry, Windy. You deserve. It's an honor for us to do what we can for you. Yes. Greetings and blessings. Yes. You know the number, Windy?
No, we don't have no.
You know I'm not
bringing up everything.
Hold on, so you know I'm not. You know I'm not number right now. I'm like a phone. I have like a phone, but that burn up you now. All right. This person want to come find you. What's your address that them can come and find you tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
Yes. Where them can come find you?
Tomorrow.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes.
You can find me on this station called Rob here tomorrow.
You will come in at Best FM tomorrow?
Jerry.
Yeah, you're coming tomorrow here. I'm coming to Best FM tomorrow. What time are you coming here tomorrow?
10 o'clock.
Yeah. Huh?
10 o'clock to 2 o'clock I'll be here.
Yeah. All right. What this person want, what this brethren want, him want somebody drop off some things for you from him.
Oh.
Same no want drop it off at Best. Him want know when can find you if you drop it off.
You could have drop it down at your place.
No, hold on, Wendy. Even if you drop it at my place, me I could still bring it at your place. No, this person want to drop it off by you that you can start the construction tomorrow.
Oh.
Where can they bring it, come to meet you and drop it off?
You know the place don't clean out yet.
Wendy.
Yes, man. Oh, yes, we understand what you mean now.
All right, hold on. Hold on.
Montgomery.
The more fine you 7 Montgomery?
Yes, 7 Montgomery. Friday they will move for him because tomorrow I'm going to be here with Jerry.
All right. It can drop off here tomorrow. His cat will be here. I'm going to leave the cat here tonight. Some cat will be here tonight, and he himself is coming up early tomorrow from about 10 o'clock.
Right.
10 o'clock. He's going to be with Jerry, and Jerry is going to be here from 10 till 2. So I'm going to be here a good while. So if my brother, it can drop off tomorrow right here at Best FM, which is, what is it, 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. You got that address? 4 East Bloomsbury Road. Yeah, Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Not far from Afrocentric. Not far from, if you're coming from Afrocentric, the first gas station you reach on your left, East Bloomsbury Road is in front of that gas station on your right. So yeah. All right, in here to mention 7 Montgomery Avenue. Who lived there with you?
Who is there?
Yes, that's it.
The same people who burned me out.
The same enemies.
Right.
So you can't drop off nothing, get them.
Yes, but me tell you, yes, so we will be the best place and me compare.
Then when you get it, but you have to carry go 7 Montgomery.
Yes, no problem.
All right, you have a problem for drop it off because you can't. And some of the same people will help burn them out. So no yes. All right, where are you going to sleep tonight?
Overloo, Omara Road.
Omara Road. What number Omara Road?
I think all the number they are number 1, you know. But
Number 1.
anybody asks Lou as you come on Omara Road, they sure. I'm big
Wait, no, man. You ask who Lou?
Yes, Overloo.
Overloo.
Right.
And it's about 1 Omara Road.
Yes, 1 Omara. Yes, ask Lou.
Ask for Lou. At 1. That's where you're going to sleep tonight?
Yes, tonight.
All right. Tonight, I'm going to be sleeping at by Lou, a man named Lou.
Right.
Him said, him think the number is 1 O'Mara Road. So if you come...
2 big gate.
2 big gate. And if you come there now and ask for Lou...
Or Windy.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to sleep tonight. Yes. But blessings, my brother. Give thanks. One love. Yes, man. Of course. Yeah, man. Give thanks. Blessings and honor. One love, my brother. Blessings. All right. Now, that was Brother Fabian. And it will be good for you to meet him too.
Right.
Because him is one of your students. He has great respect for you. Him used to go Whitfield Town.
Yes, he was a
you're very good. Him used to go Whitfield Town because Whitfield Town Primary School and Russell Primary School was your places of distribution.
And Tarrant.
All right.
Melrose.
And Melrose, yes. Yes, that's true. Melrose also.
If you come here tomorrow, you can catch me, man, between 10 and...
Between 10 and 2 o'clock.
You call me here with Jerry the whole day tomorrow.
I think he want to drop off some things, which part you live, but that proved difficult. But we're going to work it out.
Right.
We're going to work it out. And there are others who might be thinking of calling and want to assist you.
Yes.
So we just have to work it out. But you need a gate, a man need a roof over him. Yes. But we don't know, because them places where you talk for build a little gates, it sound like them can push you off any time.
No,
if we could have find a place where we could have talked to the owner. You understand? We could have talked to the owner and get an arrangement with the owner who wants somebody will love you with Windy. We don't want to
9 Montgomery Avenue.
But at the same place them burn but the same place burn you out.
We live at 7 and them live at 9. So before the man did him tell him wife say must make Windy get that little spot. You understand me?
Yeah.
So when them burn out the first time, then we must go back there which part they burn out, go build back.
All right. Greetings and blessings. Welcome. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well, what him says is that the man now, the garage man, was the apparently case is here, them come and warn the man about the amount of rubbish in the yard. And the man now light the fire and outside, but it near to win the house. The man is claiming that is an accident, but really, but the accident or not, it left. Yes, but what we're trying to work out now and speaking with him, because and I know there are lots of persons who will help him, but no, you're not blocking nobody. You're not blocking nobody, Mama. You're not blocking nobody. What we're trying to work out, because we can get some lumber, we can get some plywood, we can get some zinc, we can get some 2x4. But we don't want to build up something, and next thing now, it's worse if you go build it. Or them running away. Because the area where matter, I know them area very well. And I know the mindset. Yes. And if we go build up and if we go build up something nice for him, you understand what I mean? Yeah, man. So that is why, right? So that's why I said, I'd love to talk in a way more build something. I'd like to talk to the owner for the place. That I can say to the owner, look, we want to build up something for Windy. We want to fix it up nice. We want to put proper things in it and so. And we wouldn't like to know, so when we do that now, by 2 months' time, you run him away. Exactly. Yes. So.
Miguel, I'm going to go down, but I may call back another day, because your program is interesting as usual. I'm very happy that you're trying to help him. I hope he gets through. So let me see somebody else who probably can come through for you. Take care.
All right. One love. Blessings. Give thanks. And she said, take care, Will.
Yes, take care. And God bless and the Almighty guide and keep.
All right. Thanks a lot. All right. So persons, this is just as much coronation. This is important. and so on. So Windy,
Yes.
give thanks that you could have come through.
Nice.
And between myself, I used to the brethren I called Brother Fabian.
Right.
One of us going to come talk to
The woman.
the owner for
Right.
wherever you're going to be putting up back a liquor ranch.
Yeah.
We want to talk to the owner because we want to get permission
Yes.
officially and properly, you know what I mean?
It's good. So what I'm going to do now, tomorrow now, is get a number and bring it down at your shop for you.
All right. But I write down my number and give you a while ago, you know.
Oh, so me can, oh, you
Yes,
make
yes.
call you.
Somebody
No
can
problem,
call me
no
and save you
problem.
that ups and down.
Wise move.
And then now they can call me and we can see what can be done, you know. Because it makes sense to give you the things them and
Yes, that's true.
Ray, and you understand what I mean?
It's good. When the fire was burning, it's run me up and run out, you know. And when we reach the gate now, that happened to me.
The fire burned on your hand.
Yes, I was sleeping.
And it burned up on your right hand here.
Yes.
All right, so hold on. So you go to the doctor, you get treatment.
No, don't go on a doctor or nothing.
But you rub something on it.
Yes, but
Because it look like it's a healing now.
yes, it's a heal, man. They know me have healing skin, you know.
All right,
Me
so
have
give
healing
thanks for
skin.
that.
Me have healing
So
skin.
you just stay wise and strong, Windy. Do your exercises, eat right.
Well,
The brethren know go and bring some food tomorrow for you.
right.
You understand?
Yeah.
And so on. You know, it will be good, nice, strong food.
Nice.
And gradually. So, you know, as usually welcome on this program.
Yes.
And you know, just stand up for Rastafari.
True sound, man.
And we are here for you.
This one yesterday, me stop the bar, you know. When yesterday, me
No
stop.
coronation, man, celebration.
Yeah.
I hope we have nothing
I
with to
listened
celebrate.
the whole day yesterday.
Oh, brilliant day yesterday.
Whole day.
Boy, that sister name, Kimisha.
Yeah, Kemisha.
Oh, yes. Very brilliant. When I was coming in this evening, I saw her going out. It's the first I'm seeing, you know, and so on. But she was brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. She went through from almost 2 o'clock up until 7 o'clock last night.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant. And earlier on, Brother Jerry brought some good songs too,
Yes,
and so on. I didn't hear who before Jerry, so I don't know what transpired. I didn't hear anything after Kemisha. I wasn't listening to the radio after that. But give thanks. I enjoyed the day also. Yeah, greetings and blessings. Somebody on the line? Yes, greetings.
Yeah, we want stuff all right.
Black Live.
Yeah, man, give thanks to that, Brother Miguel.
Isis.
Yeah, man, I want to reach out to Brother Windy, you know, because he's a young man who listen to the program every week.
Yes.
Kind of absorb everything like a sponge, but more time, at first when I call him, still, but you know,
Yes.
the situation I was Windy move by, you know.
Give thanks.
Yeah, so you know, first thing I want to make Windy know, because I know he must have listened.
Yeah, here, Windy.
Yes, man.
The
Yeah.
main thing we have to focus on right now is to Windy don't catch a next stroke. If when you catch one stroke, it's easier to catch a next stroke.
Okay. Yes.
And strokes are the thing that lead to heart attack. Without high blood pressure, you can't get a stroke nor a heart attack. So we have to get a link to Snagger put one of them herbal man, they make them get him on a level. You know what I say?
Yeah, yes.
When pressure can't work, and the pressure can't stabilize, you can't get a next stroke.
Yes. Very good suggestion. Very good suggestion. So Windy, we must say
Yes.
is that you know you hear Snagger post listen to this program now.
Right.
And sometimes him come on it. So we have to make Snagger talk to you.
Right.
You understand? I go have to try link with Snagger tomorrow and
Right.
ask Snagger for whatever medicine him can bring for you.
Right.
And we get it to you for help now. Because the virgin I said, first thing we have to protect your life.
Right.
The material will come
Right.
and that will burn down and rise again. But
Right.
your life, so the brethren, I make a great suggestion. If not Snagger, we have other brethren where we can make you see and get some medicine. Yeah. Yes.
One
Yeah.
we have in it.
Yes.
You know, a long time I listen to him from Brother Bongo program, and I never really call him, because it means that you may signal it, so I observe, and I have the time when we call and fully participate. I have fully participate spiritually, but yeah, I really have to call him tonight. You know.
Yes.
This one I know, it needs serious attention.
Yes.
And I as Rastafari, we have to reach out to him, and everywhere we are forward together and give the strength when it makes sense to get to him, you know, and you see me, I say, Because right now, you know, windy now. You can't get that, you can't give him a phone. Windy need, you have some cayenne pepper, powder. They need them things that to expand him vein, clean him blood, and the whole of them things. When things them need it on a regular basis.
Yes.
And him want maybe him apple cider vinegar and stout or him slim.
Right now, him no maga, but him slim. You understand? But to I used to know Windy, him used to be pluckier. Him used to pluckier. You understand? Him used to be bigger in a body.
Him not comfortable in our mind.
Yes.
But him not contented, you know.
Yes.
So we have to do it for him. I mean, I know him personally in a fire, but I tell you, I say, it means that you a life me deal with, you know.
Yes.
You know, but I mean, I say, I never know the amount of people I know how they come, I kind of know a little about health and how the body works.
Okay.
But I mean, I say,
Yes.
so I whole heap of people reach out how they do. The fire things with my own money will give them to sustain their life, preserve their life.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
The main thing in any sickness of a change diet.
All right. Here that Windy, the man say you might have to change your diet.
Right.
So that's, you know,
The main thing is to change diet.
Mm-hmm.
Because the man say, and once him keep hydrated, him pressure can't move in another.
Once him keep hydrated.
Yes.
That
Just
mean,
to drink plenty water.
him say him drink plenty water.
No sweets.
Him drink a cup of water before him go to bed every night and I give him a cup of drink.
Yeah, that the
Tell
bird.
him to do that. Tell him to do that.
All right, him say him do that. Because to all him say him to get the stroke, but to him show me the hand now, it a work perfect.
Yeah, because cold water
But
will
the two finger them swell inside.
Yes.
Two
Brother
finger
Miguel, we
them
don't put
swell.
not all cold in my temple, you know, we have the fridge, you know, I have to show me do this, I will see how 15 minutes before me sit it.
Okay.
I know your body is like an engine, some of the gym, not all cold, not time in my life, you know. You know what I mean? I say,
Yes.
yeah, because I overstand myself more and more.
Mm-hmm.
I overstand myself more and more. I take my time and I tap it on my consciousness. And even I find out to born on the birthday or on the same day when Emma take born. You know what I mean? I say,
Okay. Uh-huh.
the 31st of May.
Yes.
But you know that till I research and I find out. So, you may say no, brother Windy, me can't give a phone.
And yeah, no, as I mentioned, Imhotep, you know that I plan to announce it later on in the program that I am going to be dealing with Imhotep next week. Next week, I'm going to be dealing with Imhotep. Yes. I'll be dealing with Imhotep, and I'll be also looking at some of the queens of Ethiopia, especially the ancient queens before Christ. We had some fantastic queens of Ethiopia. So those are the two areas that I know I'll be dealing with next week, Imhotep and things. So you can't miss it. And
No, that's not far. I'm tuning every song in one, make sure that I'm singing them together before the program starts and 15, you know.
yes.
All right. Before I do that now, here's the next thing I'm going to say.
All right, hold on now. How we going to arrange now for him get the phone and the cayenne pepper which you mentioned?
All right. I'll put brother I.
So that's in Clarendon.
Yeah, I can walk from here gates going up brother I.
All right, all right. I know brother I at the bingy at this time.
Yeah, but we can do that forward. Not the next time or tomorrow or so. You know what?
Yes.
Yeah, if we have a next source, so we can get it to him. We don't have a problem.
All right. You mind giving me your number?
No, Rastafari.
Yes, so give me your number that I can call you and Ray.
All right, yes, Rastafari. Get the number.
Yeah, man, me all right.
My number is
381
6830.
6830. All right. Eyes is I. So I going to call the eye tomorrow, and we'll find a way that you know, because if I know anyone coming, yes, yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, at that time I sit down and mess up the whole of that thing. We need as Rastafari, we fall together. The man can put a $3 grand, the man can put a grand, the man can put a $2 grand. And we find something in Windy where we can occupy that town level. So we gravitate.
Yeah, just like him used to do. Just like him used to do, buy him orange and guinea and make him a sham and sell. He can't do it as vigorous as that time, but it will be enough for make him feel independent. Yes, sir. 1000%. So here what you're going to know. So Windy, this brethren now,
Yes.
he want to give you a phone
Nice.
and he want to give you some kind pepper. You know, bird pepper.
Yes, yes.
Very good for circulation.
Right.
And him want to give him a money also.
Give thanks.
Some celery. Uh-huh.
Vitamin K and A, we have to kill all that blood clot them because the thing is, in arteries are maybe some blockage in our vein when blood flow. I only get that I get stroke, you know.
Yeah, but this man I sound like him as a Dr. Windy. I sound like I know the thing.
And every time you get that stroke, you have a small blood clot in your brain.
Yes.
So we don't want him to get no more stroke again. So brother Miguel, may I ask you to link one of them herbalists there in the city there as soon as possible and make him get some medicine before we attend to anything else.
All right.
So we can prevent the next stroke. All right?
Very good, very good. And the first caller who called is a doctor.
You see.
First caller we call to assist Brother Windy is a doctor. So I know him listening and him know him can thing. I a doctor too. Nice. Some brethren I give thanks here, sir. Windy wants to say something.
Brethren. Yes, brethren. You might not know me in flesh. You might not know me in flesh, but I'm going to tell you the truth. You see, I am the only Rastam brethren in the island of Jamaica. 1966, when King Ibrahim Selassie, the first ancient black king of creation, Alvana Meekum, came to Jamaica here, and I can tell anyone from the depths of my thoughts and my mind that I was the only one that climbed a light post length up into the air and went and represent the Ethiopian flag. That was the only flag in the island of Jamaica that was flying at that time and that day. And I don't hear much brethren talk about it, but listen radio all the while. I don't know it's why, but much brethren don't.
Where did you put up the flag? Where? Airport?
Airport, right.
Out at the airport.
Yes, the red, gold, and green.
You climbed the pole and put up the red, gold.
All the rest of flags then was down.
Was below your flag. Yes, and your flag was the highest.
I went up, I climbed up with my staff.
Well done, Windy. Well done, Aya. You represent us well. You represent us well.
I wanted me a post.
The way you climb go up there. Well done, Windy. Well, you go
light post length and went up there and I never fall off at all. And government take me picture of it in a 1966 Gleaner. And like how they want big up Bob Marley and all them brethren and man we sing and them a Batman and you them chat about. They're not chatting about Windy. It's only when I come on this program or Jerry program, them big me up and show me love and respect. So all the taxi man them and everyone who help me promote a little boy Maxwell Park Children's Home, I give thanks to the Almighty and all the school children who help me. May the Almighty guide and keep you away from, Corona.
Yeah. Well, it's your good deeds that will help you in your hour of needs.
True,
so it's good what you do, you're going to reap it forward. Nice. So, my brethren, I give thanks and tomorrow we talk and we go. So, this brethren, I promise you a phone and some other things.
Yes.
It's a matter of how we're going to get it to you. So
I'll be here with Jerry the whole of next week.
Yeah, but
and this week.
We find a way. Don't worry. All right. Yeah. Give thanks, my brother. Rastafari. One love here, sir. Yes. Irie? Yes. 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 Irie, give thanks. Give thanks. One love. Blessings and honor. Irie. Nice. Yeah, we give thanks for the appeal made by the brethren and the support made by him and so on. And, as the brethren talk a while ago now, because, I did plan, I planned my coronation program and I'm due to call Brother Priest Dougie Smith over there in Florida for us to talk more about the coronation. But this is an important aspect. And I know we have quite a number of Rastafari brethren and sisterins, especially some of our elders, some of our matriarchs and patriarchs who have it hard, who I know have it very hard. And I want, please, just get in touch with me. You know, you can call me on the radio station here, those who can, 619-1508, 279-8473. And let us know your needs. And within the program here, we will see how we can assist little by little. Because I know there are quite a few brothers and sisters, apart from Windy, who are in hour of need. So we give thanks, whatever little assistance we can mobilize, we will try and make sure. And it's not like a help we're help. It's our duty, brothers and sisters. Because many of our elders, our brethren and sisters, never get the opportunity. Many of them never get even to go to school. Some of them went to school and was chased out of the school. Some of them couldn't take the bus. Them chased them off of the public bus. So them, go through great tribulation. Some of them are children of Rastafari who did help them because them treat them so bad. Them treat them father and mother so bad that them couldn't help the children now to go to school and all of that. So, yeah, we'll see what can be done. And we ask their guidance because it is those same brethren and sisters who have given I this philosophy. Many of them who go through great, great tribulation, enough button blow, enough lock up, enough brutalization. Because we want our listeners to know all of the great patriots them. And that include Bedwood, Leonard Howell, Hibbert, Dunkley, Hines, Gadman, Marcus Garvey, and Prince Emmanuel. All of those brethren were charged for sedition. Many of them were charged for sedition. You understand? The aim was for to give them a long prison sentence or, find a way to execute them and get rid of them. All of the brethren them, so it couldn't be a buck up.
Come here, girl.
So although I see the Ministry of Culture put out an ad in the newspaper yesterday in honor of the coronation, and them highlight some of the patriarchs, them and matriarchs. I give thanks for that. But you can't just issue them things they saw. Because almost all of who the picture and who they mentioned in the art, in the advertisement yesterday, newspaper and the Gleaner newspaper and so on. Many of those brethren, the reason why they're not even with us now is because of the brutalization and batteration with them go through. So when you put out those ads, man, you must put in it that these brethren were unlawfully treated by the same government system. You understand? That set back many of those brethren why they never were able to even take care of them family the proper way. So, yeah, we just have to make it clear that in going forward now, there has to be some redress. Some of them pass and gone, but them have children with them leave. There has to be some redress for the harm done to the many of I and I. And I and I heal those brethren and sisters because, like I say, it's them give I and I a philosophy upon which we can stand now and be proud that we are black. So, Windy, we keep in touch here. So, tomorrow we see how it run.
Yes.
And I will call the brethren, another brethren, and we see how it run. Yes.
Remember, you take out the
Yeah, man. I will take them out. But be strong, Windy.
Yes, man.
So, you take time, try now.
When you talk to me and now, and yesterday, me stop the balling.
Yeah.
I will just humble myself now and just
Warrior.
try my best and live good and clean like me as at the moment.
Warrior. We are warriors, Windy. Yeah, man.
When I give a king philosophy in a rice and peas and rum.
No. Rum, we know in a rum, Windy, man. Yeah, man.
That's good. A break will come from fire not there and call Jerry. And you know what the man half and me half and he give me the money. If me want to drink a rum. tell Jerry, so then why I want to give it?
No, people, come on. You know, we out of them things that we do. We don't drink rum. We don't drink rum. Not even beer we drink. We are Rasta, you know. Yeah, we know them things about it. We
not do a kindness to me, but that's all.
You know, them things that take away life. It not give life.
You see.
All right. Don't tell you use the rum is for the baby and thing, make the baby smell and them little things there are some. You use it as a medicine.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
All right, Windy.
Yeah.
All right. Windy and I, where you, sir? Tomorrow again is another day.
Yes,
His Majesty. No. Greetings and blessings. One love. Yes, I give thanks. Blessings. Yes, it does appear that way. I agree with you. Yes, it does appear so. And well, hold on, brethren. What I want is when them send out them things, you know, it would be nice. I'm certain listening to the eye, I know the eye can write. When we see them things, I just write a little letter and send to the gleaner. And we see what you just said to me. You just put the same thing in the letter. You say that I noticed such and such, but a few months ago, the 22nd of July, on trim the same government trim Nzinga. We know, brethren. You write a letter, you know. You write a letter. And hold on again. I'm going to write a letter also to the Ministry of Culture. Them on Trafalgar Road. All you have to do is put Minister Babsy Grange, Minister of Culture. You have to put the long thing. Just put Ministry of Culture. Them the right at Trafalgar Road where you have a building with pure glass. You have an Advantage General Insurance companies there too. So if you ask anybody for Ministry of Culture, anybody for Advantage General on Trafalgar Road, and you drop off. All right. And you drop off, hold on, and you drop off a letter. Drop off a letter that says, look, it don't look good because I want to put out this advertisement from the government thing about Rastafari coronation. But a few months ago, you never said anything regarding Nzinga. The ministry did not come out and condemn it. Also, we have a case came up at the appeal court, you know, whereby the Vidal case, yes, the Lecocistrin, but even above the case, the remarks made by the government, the Attorney General, lawyers, was very disgraceful. Look like him could it finish. But I know him listening and the rest of people listening. So people, over and above, you can fight a case, you know. You can fight a case and you fight with a certain level of dignity and standard. But when you go to court, you talk about Junjo and license, so you are disgraceful. And that came out of the Attorney General's chambers. I mean, when you're the Prime Minister saying, go fire the Attorney General. She should be fired for that coming out of her chambers now in the year 2021. Them things, they're disgraceful. So, Babsy Grange and the ministry's advertisement regarding the coronation in yesterday's newspaper would have carried more meaning. In fact, you never have put out the advertisement if we had heard that you know as Minister of Culture said to the Prime Minister what the Attorney General's office did was disrespectful to the Rastafari community. If come to about Junjo and nastiness and all of them things there. That would resonate better than an ad regarding the coronation. You can't see these things, Minister of Culture. You are the Minister of Culture. You can't see these things and keep silent. So the Nzinga thing, you were silent on. The Javon column thing, you were silent on. The situation with Mitzi Mitchell, your ministry was silent on. And, you know, so you can't be silent on these things and expect now. So like the brethren say before him phone cut off, you go and like, try to give it something on one hand and you take it back on the other hand. So no. We have sense, minister. So I asking the brethren, please, I know sometimes when I say these things, brethren, it's nice for us press a button and talk on the phone. But we need to do more now. And like I said, drop off a letter. All who know who saw the article, and if you never see the article, you hear I say it, and you Bongo Jerry mention it also, and you just write a little letter and drop off at the ministry and said, I object to you putting out an advertisement in the Gleaner about coronation, but you kept silent regarding Queen Nzinga. You kept silent with regard to Javon Column. You kept silent in regard to, the issue. And you kept, above all, you kept double silent when a cabinet colleague of yours put out that I have lice and John Drain. Are we here? Yes, I. Greetings and blessings. Greetings. Give thanks, my brother. Anna. Yes. 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 Yeah, we have to, because we're going to build something. We know them area the way like I think I just take a little nigga for just come and just say, oh, Windy. And next thing you know, them push him out, because they must say, if we push out Windy have people we can give him another house again. And them come in, and next thing you know, them push him out and take it over. So I would have to go down at Montgomery, talk to wherever else we're going to put the little things them and build up something for him. You understand? So, yes.
That's why, Mr. Miguel, we have to take the people, the good, like-minded people, we have to take back this thing, if we don't take back this thing, because this is a country.
In other words, if we don't take it back, we will be victims of it.
Yes, brother.
Yes. Yeah, man. Thanks for the strength, my brethren. I give thanks, Yeah, I listen to the eye plenty time when the eye call, even when there's other people. One's program, and I give thanks all the while for the strength, His Majesty, Rastafari, give thanks, I am. Yes, sir. I like that. I like that. There was right. Hold on, I can get it right. There was rights before religion. I really, yeah, man. That sounds good. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Give thanks, man. That will be one of the thoughts for the night. Give thanks. Blessings, my brother. I will keep in touch. Every time. Blessings and honor. Yes. Greetings and blessings. All right. Well, we're rolling through now. Well, we have to get Brother Doug, because we have to talk a little more about the coronation. But brothers and sisters, yeah, we have to stand up, like with the song we play, Rasai, stand up for our rights in this time, We have to stand up for our rights, fight for our rights, and so on. But if we just drop off some letters at the ministry and say, Sister Babsy Grange, with all due respect, you know, your colleague, you at the Attorney General office can't send a lawyer go a court and draft an affidavit which says that Rasta have lice and John of them here, man. Oh, man. And then, the hypocrisy and all of them weird. Oh, man. Oh, brethren. If that is the attitude of the government, then I and I as Rasta, we have to make it clear to them we don't want nothing from you. We don't want nothing from you at all. No, we're not going to come discuss nothing we don't know. We discuss what rights are so on. We just going to take to the streets, take to the international media and the international scene. Nothing more, not talking, you don't know. Because I don't do nothing out of order to come talk about Rasta have lice and John and them things and them here and all of them things. Out of order. And until you fire that Attorney General, and so on. But I'm not one of those who quick for things because you fire her and you put back another one, probably even worse than her. Because the Constitution itself is wrong, is bad. Because the Attorney General should be representing the people. The Attorney General represents the government against the people. So we are paying the Attorney General to go against the people. No, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense at all, man. The Attorney General should be the voice of the people. So this whole thing, man, yeah. Brethren, I hope when we listen to these programs, brethren and sisters, we understand what we're defending, You understand? Because if we don't stand for something, we'll fall for any little thing, And we have to say, make the minister know. You cannot be sitting in the same cabinet with somebody who authorized that I call with them name there. No. Yeah, man. Right. So as we move forward, brothers and sisters, with the coronation, and whilst I put together now and try to get brother Dougie on the line, brother Dougie Smith on the line. Whilst we do that, we gotta, yeah, man. Cry of Ethiopia.
In 1974, the Marxist Mengistu regime reigned 17 years of blood terror.
Carlos Bergen for me.
Ethiopia.
I'm gonna find the paper.
59 ministers of government, including members of the imperial family, and countless number of Ethiopians were killed and imprisoned. In the aftermath, they cried and called for the presence of His Imperial Majesty. Oh, King Selassie, Ethiopia needs you now.
Could I call this budget there for me? No, you have to take that for the phone. That'll be for WhatsApp. That one, yeah. You might have to press it to see the number.
All right.
And press it and take the number. Yes. Get it?
When I call him now.
All right. Thank you.
But Dougie? Call on behalf of Brother Miguel, man. Hold on, please.
Come on. Greetings and blessings, greetings and honor, greetings, welcome, greetings, priest Dougie. As is I, bless it. Yes. Nice.
Celebration as I celebrate the 91st anniversary of, I imagine this coronation and Her Majesty's.
Yes.
And I give thanks.
Yes. So important, Brother Dougie, so important, coming at a time when the black race were classified as 3/5 of the white man. Not long coming out of the enslavement, not long coming out of the degradation, because a lot of people might be thinking that the enslavement was on paper abolished in Jamaica in 1838. But we should remind our listeners that the enslavement continued even in America up until 1865. Even in Brazil up until 1870. So you understand what I mean? So the 1930 was just, a next generation after enslavement. Yes. But so, Brother Dougie, yeah. Yes. Explain to our people when we say the Jim Crow era. Yes. When we say the Jim Crow, what tell us about that for a while, Brother Dougie.
Well, the Jim Crow era, was the era coming, like it came out of slavery. Then the man was supposed to be the Reconstruction era, when I and I was supposed to get some justice, and it was like we were getting planned across the other one. The so-called people that lost our freedom. Then you had the Jim Crow era when he dominated, the U.S. That period of time when you had lynching, you had, it was just exposing an era of life. As it is today, it hasn't changed much. The more things change, the more things stay the same. We're facing the same thing right now. So because of the pandemic, more than likely we're still in the streets here talking about Black Lives Matter. The Jim Crow era was that era when the guys were still under the sheet, calling themselves the KKK and so forth. They have taken off the sheet and placed up front and
Yes, absolutely. Now, Brother Dougie, this station quite eloquently, quite good with teams of presenters, have been glorifying the coronation. And as we celebrate a mighty event. Now, Haile Selassie, in organizing this coronation, the pictures taken, the different oaths were taken, and so on. And here it is now, a black king, a black queen, a black royal family was announced to the world. The Ethiopians at home and abroad were therefore making a powerful statement on behalf of the African race. Talk to us a little about it, my brother, Priest Dougie. And just letting our listeners know, yes, Priest Dougie is one of the authors of a very, very important book that has been published. It will be soon made available. The name of that book is Rastafari in the 21st Century, What Life Has Taught I and I. And this is volume 1, Tribute to the Rastafari Elders, written by Priest Dougie along with Ijabulani Tafari. Go ahead, my brother.
Very and Ethiopian monarch, like Ethiopian people in general, they held back no punches because it seems like, the emperor saw the vision, looked at the future and knew that change had to come, to the country. They were coming out of that isolation period, and now the world, the invasion of the Italians was under war, and during the emperor's time, the world, how big it could be. It was so important for countries to conquer their plan to carve it up. Italy, Britain, France, all kind of pack in the cheer up Ethiopia as the last bastion of freedom on the continent that was never colonized. It was only occupied for a period, but never really colonized like the other, states that were ruled by different, European countries.
But
Coronation was a very important, statement to the world, that the Redeemer come to redeem his people.
yes. But even before, but I dug it, just before you move on, even that pact that Italy, Britain, and France had signed to give peace of Ethiopia to Italy and so on. But before that, remember, we had the Berlin Conference, 1895. Definitely, when the guys them know, so that the Europeans and the whites and the Americans and the Russians and them, so that they don't end up in conflict with one another and them don't step on each other toe. They call this conference now to decide and say, well, you are Britain, you take from this to this. France, you take from this to this. Spain, you have a piece over in North Africa and Morocco and them places there. Portugal, you did it from long time, so you go and control Angola and them places. That was what the Berlin Conference was. So Their Majesty coronation was also a big blow to the Berlin Conference. You don't think so? Yes. 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 That was valued so much because you have to remember now, one of the greatest sources of water, originated here. The Nile. The Nile. Mm-hmm. The Nile and the Rift Valley, yes. Run through right down to Egypt from Ethiopia. Yes. So it was very important. So the statement that the emperor's coronation did was very important, and so much so that they, like I said, they held back no punches. Display of pageantry when it comes to the coronation of any king, barring none. It's so much so that the world could ignore it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And at the time, as we know, color film had just come out. Mm-hmm. So the National Geographic magazine carried a full edition of pictures coming from the coronation. The world could see, what happened here in Ethiopia. So apart from that, the significance of the coronation, again, is something that we have to look at, because it was a very important message, like you said, it sent a statement to the world. Mm-hmm. That the African royalty, is still on the throne. And his right of sovereignty, his right to rule, his right to self-rule. Mm-hmm. And if that statement was allowed to reverberate through the earth, it
Because from that, Rastafari rise up
Mm-hmm.
as a strong entity that has represented Africa in Western Hemisphere, bringing forward to the minds of the people more important the continent of Africa, which the one continent at one point was Ethiopia,
Mm-hmm.
not just the nation state that exists today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When we were one people, it was known as Ethiopia, the ocean or the Ethiopian ocean.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
that coronation brought light to all of this, to the importance of Africa to us here in the West, because when I heard of the coronation and saw those pictures, that our Redeemer, that Shiloh had come, that our Savior, if you want to call it that in our religious term, had come.
Yes, I've been born. Now, Dougie, one of the great things of this coronation and so on was the result of it, which was that he gave the Ethiopian people a constitution. You want to tell the list, what's the importance of that in your view?
I like that was written on the biography.
Yes.
And the chapter in there where he speaks of the constitution and why.
Yes.
Because previously, and broke it down simple, he said normally, traditionally, and the use that word traditionally, a king, an emperor, by his own decree,
Mm-hmm.
in the law, and he was able to punish one court, and dispense, justice or injustice at his will.
Mm-hmm.
And the time had come for a change. The time had come for the people to be partners in their own development.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided that under his, even before he was crowned, he had initiated that plan.
Yes.
Or he had proposed the plan, but it was rejected by the nobles who thought that they were losing power and would have lost power.
Yes.
And they encouraged Radical not to do it because they told her it would take from her, that covenant and that hierarchical power that they were used to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He wasn't able to do it until the second year of that emperor.
Yes.
Got the throne legally by law and was able to, using the law again, to change the constitution, which was, as I said earlier, would make people now a partner in the development and governance of their country, which is the rightful process.
Because
and as it shows you,
consequent on the constitution was the parliament. Setting up a parliament that a lot of people do understand. Yes, continue. Yes.
shares power with the people.
With the parliament. Yes.
Power from the throne and gave some of that power to the parliament.
Yes.
Where they could now have their elected officials who they chose to govern their affairs and have a process. What we really did was a process in place.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yes.
That from here on would be able to, appoint leaders, elect leaders, and hold them accountable through law, because it was a school upon law.
Yes.
Order. And he expressed that in speech and in his writing, when he explained why he found that the Constitution was so important. That's one of the greatest achievements in the Constitution. And I see that as a natural.
Yes. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yes.
People don't even realize that they have the power.
Yes.
They elect these officials and these officials serve the power that people have.
And they become these superstars that you make them.
Yeah, hold on, man. I'm on the radio now.
You know, it was a
I'm on the
great,
radio. I'm doing a radio program.
significant move in getting that constitution enacted. You know, in Ethiopia. So there's law, there's a process, you know, and it's able to function now among other states of the world, other countries of the world. You know, it's that Ethiopia was a member of the League of Nations, which they wouldn't have been accepted to be a member if they did not take the criteria.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
You know, how that type of governance, that type of law, you know, your people can be held accountable for their actions. Leaders don't just rule by their own initiative anymore.
Mm-hmm.
To follow the process of the law.
Yes. And then now, he had started these programs from the time he was appointed regent, or he was crowned regent. He continued it when he was appointed king. And he's building now as emperor, 1930, coming up. You know, changes to the health system, education system, you know, so many changes. No,
That's why he traveled so much, even when he was regent.
Yes.
Coming up to the emperor, traveled so much to learn of the technology that existed out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because when putting the constitution together, what he did was study other countries' constitution, and he gave the command to his intellects to study them. He selected a certain set of countries that Ethiopia had relationships with.
Yes.
And soldiers were, you know, representatives were commanded to study these constitutions and take from them what is applicable to Ethiopia. And
Absolutely.
when they did that, you know, compile it and format it in a way that all what left to be done was for signatures to be applied to it, for it to be mandated.
Right. And in doing that, what he also did was made sure that in absorbing from others, and he gave directive, it must not distract from the Fethanigas. The Fethanigas, which is the laws of the kings that have ruled Ethiopia right. So he made sure to point out that although we are going to be modernized now and so on, yet our foundation must not be trampled upon. How beautiful. How beautiful. We should tell our listeners that the Fethan,
That's why we could see the level of intellect, the level of knowledge and understanding that the emperor had in that time when they claimed that, you know, we were a dark continent. The emperor was years ahead in his vision of where Ethiopia had to be in the 21st century and the 20th and 21st century.
Tell me now, Priest Dougie, and we just want to let our listeners know also that Priest Dougie is a member of the Bobo Shanti House. He sat at the feet of King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, leader and founder of the Bobo Shanti Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, and was schooled most properly and so on for this journey of Rastafari. So, Brother Dougie, here comes, this is 1930, the coronation. All these things taking place, constitution, parliament, modernization, hospital, different things being built and so. So the war now by 1935, you see it as a deliberate strategy to set back the majesty and set back the country?
Yes, because it set back the whole freedom of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because remember, freedom has to be earned.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was just thinking, watching a video from just a couple of weeks ago, was talking about, you know, independence and freedom, how it is achieved.
Yes.
And like you said, if it's given to you, it's not real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That type of power has to be seen.
Yes.
That you struggle for and gain.
Yes.
You know, world, to be recognized, like any other nation.
Mm-hmm.
And the resources, the natural resources that Africa has, they don't want our continent organized and structured, because if we are allowed organized and structured, we will be able to use our own natural resources for our own development.
Mm-hmm.
So if you allow that up to 21st century, Africa is not producing the final product from their raw material.
Mm-hmm.
It will take us to Europe and other places and then ship back to Africa's finished product and sold for an arm and a leg when they take out the minerals and natural resources for pennies and a dollar. So if they allowed Africa to be structured in the way that the emperor envisioned it and was working towards, then Africa would have self-sustaining sovereignty today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why Kuwait was a continuation of the emperor's work towards making Africa that self-sustaining entity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because Kuwait was founded for Africa to be able to deal with their own internal problems, to sit together as a people and give them one business, start out their future, start out their development, choose what method of politics they want for them, and not be forced into accepting what was to them.
Mm-hmm.
And liberty, and like what was done to us in the Caribbean, we were told that we were first emancipated, it was a joke, and then independent, which has never happened, because an independent country would not be aligned or would not be subjugated to the IMF and the World Bank and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so they did not want to allow the continent to become that self-sustaining entity. So up to now, that is actually their plan. Because Africa is the breadbasket of the world,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and Ethiopia is the hard, conscious spirituality of the continent. So that is why they could not rule Ethiopia as they did other states, because there was a power, John rule.
Yes.
That is where the Ark of the Covenant, the last royal divine sword coming from the Old Testament, still existed.
Very much so.
David shall not want a king to that throne. So that throne coming from the time of David to Isaiah. So the power resides right here in Ethiopia. So any country that got the power to rule Ethiopia would have ruled the world just naturally.
Well, even before David, because he always referred to Emperor Ori, who was before David. Yes, he always referred to him. Yes, yes, even before David. I just want also to refer to in the Constitution that he gave, there is a section, Article 20, Article 21, whereby the emperor is required to take an oath to the people of Ethiopia and to the Constitution. Amazing, no, and not only talk and thing, and he has to take an oath. This is unprecedented also, Brother Dougie. Yes. Yes, yes. That's a graphic description. Yes. 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 Well, him describe it even nicer. Him say it was a piece of wood between two iron. Yes. Yes.
He said, while others were able to, have time for pleasances and for, like the people and so forth. He did not have that opportunity to promise, but he was going to go running.
He was working 20 out of 24 hours. And work. And out of the 4 hours sleep, he would take 1 hour to pray. Yes. But I want to just mention now the oath in the coronation, in the Constitution. The oath reads like this: on the occasion of his coronation, the emperor shall take the following oath. In the name of the Almighty God, we, Haile Selassie, Emperor of Ethiopia, swear that we will uphold and defend the Constitution of the Empire, that we will govern our subjects with patience and devotion to their general welfare in accordance with the Constitution and the laws, that we will faithfully defend with all the means in our power the integrity and territory of our empire, that we will faithfully see to the impartial execution of all laws approved by Parliament and proclaimed by us, that we profess and will defend the Holy Orthodox faith based on the doctrines of St. Mark of Alexandria, professed in Ethiopia since the holy emperors Abraham and Acheba, that we will ever promote the spiritual and material welfare and advancement of our subjects, and that, with the aid of the Almighty Eye, we will faithfully execute the promises which we have here undertaken. So help us God. A very powerful oath, brother Priest Dougie.
Justice must be dispensed, but it also needs to be seen as being dispensed.
Must appears to be done, yes.
And that is what that oath did. It made it in the rest of the world. When the rest of the world heard that, they realized that because Sharpman is serious about bringing his country forward into the 20th century.
Yes.
Having prepared them to be a part of today's world. So the emperor himself made that selfless sacrifice of sharing power now with the people as a servant of the people.
Yes. Yes. It wasn't just talk, took an oath of loyalty to the people. Yes.
And again, make sure that there was law, there was a standard by which people were measured, by which crimes were punished. It was not just by a leader's choice. I don't like Ras Miguel. So you I always have a punch Ras Miguel, or I have a find out with it. Cut him down to size. No, you had to go by law.
Yes.
What is the reason? What did Ras Miguel do? What was his atrocity?
Yes.
Now you had the law, to judge it by.
Yes.
And that is very important because we are living in a civil society. You have to have rules, principles by which we are governed.
Yes.
There's chaos.
Would always be chaos.
And that's why you're looking at the world politics. You see it eroding. And what is it taking place around the world? No chaos. There's chaos. You understand? Because that rule of law is being served, it's being interpreted by people to suit their volunteer of Moses.
Mm-hmm.
So the emperor, it's so significant, you know, that people get to overlook the importance of that moment beyond the pageantry, beyond the splendor, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what it did for the nation of Ethiopia, because he said by giving them the constitution, the vision was that it would rise their standard of life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because not the feudal kings and feudal lords, you know, had the power anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They could not dominate the people and extract from the people what they wanted. They had to go by the rule of law. That is what the Constitution also did.
Absolutely.
A very powerful moment there. The coronation of the emperor, for every black man, whether he's Rastafari or not, should be very important. You should teach your children, no matter who you are, as long as you're a person of color. It has helped you to be where you are today, even though we are still struggling, but we would have been worse off if Ethiopia fell without the emperor being able to do what he did for the time that he sat on that throne.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And clearly the white world recognized that. And they all voted at the League of Nations. They voted against Ethiopia, you know, even England. They voted in favor of Italy. Yes.
Because of a strategy, because there was an opportunity that presented itself, and they knew that if they didn't strike at that time, you know, then Europe would be under worse than it was at that moment.
Yes.
So when they saw the sources of Mussolini and the sources of Germany were extending from a certain point, they realized that Ethiopia, the strength of our army to support their endeavor, we could weaken, you understand, their enemies at that point, because they are overextended. Like, so there were several countries that the army only so much.
Yes.
So it was a point in time that was it was an opportune moment for them. So they decided, yes, let us know the emperor support, because remember, they would not allow him to purchase arms during
the war, yes. Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, he got no support. They turned their back on Ethiopia. They gave Ethiopia the sacrificial lamb to Italy.
Yes. Yes. But you know, with Britain real constitution, their practical constitution was echoed by Lord Palmerston way back in the 18th century, when Lord Palmerston was a minister of government. And he said, Britain has no permanent friends. Britain has no permanent enemies. What Britain has is permanent interests. And we see Britain today. So just remember, they have only permanent interests. So today they'll vote for you if it suits their interests. Tomorrow they'll vote against you if that is in their interests. And that is how they behave. In other words, the only reason why they give the appearance that they had supported their majesties' return to Ethiopia was because they realized that the desert force of Hitler, the German, that Hitler was now moving with Rommel, the desert fox, to lead the desert force in northern Africa to take a slice of their kingdom, to take a slice of France, to take a slice of England to join to the German Third Reich. That was when the Britain. Of course. Yes. So they realized now that they needed His Majesty on the ground in the Horn of Africa. Because not only was he there to mobilize the Ethiopian troops, but being in Sudan, he was also mobilizing the Sudan troops. It's what I mean, my brother. All he wanted was arms. Once him have the arms, brethren. All he wanted is the arms.
But you remember that he set up one of the first military schools in the world, much as in Africa.
Yes.
You understand? Where the other countries could send their sons and their
officers and so on.
schools to come learn.
Yes. In how to defend them country. Yes. Not to go to Sandhurst in England. Not to America. You don't go to the enemy, go learn a strategy how to beat them. Which is what was being done. That was Idi Amin's fault. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Everything that the emperor did, like you said, is very strategic, and it was building up to a free continent of Africa, not just a free Ethiopia, but a free continent of Africa, because the emperor was a Pan-Africanist.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He defended Africa as a continent, not just Ethiopia as a country.
Absolutely.
It's very important for to analyze these moves from a political science point of view, and not just from a cultural aspect or a religious aspect, which most of the time we kind of
Yes. Yes.
in the religious significance
Yes.
and the cultural significance, but because even though in the West the Rastafari reject practical politics, governance is essential to any nation's progress. You have to have an entity that is doing your bidding on the world stage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that is what the emperor was setting up, that Africa could put all bidding on the world stage.
Absolutely. But you know the war, the war, that Italian invasion and that war set back the country, set back the black world, set back our progress so much. And I remember when I spoke to Dougie Mack, when as a young man, I wasn't a youth, but a young man, and Dougie Mack and Fillmore Alvaranga, when they went to Ethiopia and came back. And I went up to Dougie Mack's house. And as a young youth searching, I said, Dougie Mack, tell me exactly what the emperor said. Just tell me exactly what he said. And he told me, and I wrote it down. And one of the things Dougie Mack said, the emperor said to them was, there were many, many youths, many other persons his age that was growing up with him, that understood the issues that Ethiopia needed. And he said, the Majesty said that because of the war, many of them, some who were abroad studying, some who were locally studying and preparing for leadership, had to move from that pursuit and join in defending the integrity of Ethiopia. And he said many, many of them lost their lives. And he said that set him back greatly and set back Ethiopia greatly. That was what Dougie Mack told me, the emperor. He said you could see the pain on his face when he spoke of the numerous young people that had to join the war, and many of them died.
That's why there is no true victory in a war.
Yes, yes.
Because there's losses and there's losses on both sides that are very important.
Yeah, you win, but you lose. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Same way in 1890 had. 1890 had when.
The emperor has always shown a different approach to dealing with problems.
Yes.
That's why he was the highest diplomat,
Mhm.
understood what diplomacy was.
Yes.
Even taking the throne, he said that, everything that he did, he had to make sure that he did not, incite any upheavals or bloodshed, because that was the normal, way, of the past, where to keep anything inactive, there was opposition to the level of confrontation.
But and
The little woman figure in the book, in the autobiography.
yes.
A short paragraph.
Yes.
To kind of give you an idea of what I'm saying right here.
Yes.
It says, oppression is in the Abyssinian dominion, neither frequent, not tolerated, but no form of government has been yet discovered by which cruelty can be wholly prevented. Subordination supposes power on one part and subjection on the other. And if power be in the hands of men, it will sometimes be abused. The vigilance of the supreme magistrate may do much, but much will still remain undone. He can never know all the crimes that are committed and can seldom punish all that he knows. So that little paragraph kind of show you what was the sentiment at the day when it comes to governing, to leadership.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In that sense, what he's telling you is that corruption always, absolute power corrupt,
Mm-hmm.
and where there is totalitarian rule. You're going to have corruption, you're going to have oppression, you're going to have, you understand?
Certainly,
Serving their position.
there's room for that. Another a passage which you have now in your book, which I have before me here, and let me say, Brother Doug, it's a very, very, very good book. Very good book. Very good book. And I congratulate both yourself and Brother Jabulani for bringing out such a great works. There's a part where you have here now where when the Abuna Krelos was putting the crown on His Majesty's head. And this was what he said. May God make this crown a crown of sanctity and glory. A crown of sanctity and glory. That by the grace and blessing we have given, you may have an unshaken faith and pure heart in order that you may inherit the crown eternal. So be it. So be it. Yes. Yes.
And they did a similar presentation at the Empress is growing as well.
Yes. Yes.
And each express the essence of both the Emperor and the Empress is.
Yes.
Because we tend to talk a lot about the Emperor.
Yes.
The work of the Empress. Equally important
You
because
have a
while the
song
Emperor
on the coronation. You can find 2 songs on the coronation for me. Yeah, look, coronation. Yeah.
for the future, the Empress was establishing the infrastructure that was needed for the development as well. She was opening up schools, she was sponsoring churches, she was, she was working on behalf of the young press. That's why she was so beloved.
Yes.
If you look at when she passed, the Emperor had begged the people to stop more and go back to some form of normalcy.
Yes.
Because they were just more than they like they couldn't get more by the fact that she actually,
Yes.
because she was so important to them.
And then now, to crown why I say it was a beautiful love story. Beautiful love story. Love, man and woman, love.
The man requested that his wife crown at the same day to show the equality of the gender, to give us a balance to the world. You know,
Yes.
trivializing it like it's just a little symbolic thing, crowning her days later. So she shared in the moment, in that pageantry and in that moment of splendor. She was right there at the side, sharing in it.
And when she passed,
Like he said, she was in the greatest confidence. She had the last thing. He went to her for advice.
yes. And
He was one of his greatest advisors, because even in making a decision to go into exile, because he wanted, unbeknownst to the Honorable Prophet Marcus Garvey, the emperor wanted to go down with the ship, as Marcus Garvey had said.
yes, and the Crown Council, yeah, they thought otherwise. They thought otherwise. But I don't want to miss this point here. When she passed, when the Empress passed, now, this is beautiful. When His Majesty said, "May these tears we shed be the price of peace for the world." In other words, the tears that he shed and the tears that the Ethiopians shed, may these tears we shed be the price of peace for the world. What a beautiful love thinking, man. Absolute.
The man said that he had never had to have a mediator between the two of them. They have never had
Yes.
any disagreements to the point of needing any outside, mediation for anything. And that their relationship was so solid.
And
One writer put it that when the Empress passed, the light went out of the Emperor's eyes.
yes.
Talk about the great love story. It is greater than Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, greater than, oh, yes, greater. And then hear what now? When I went to Ethiopia and I went to the church, and it was just an ordinary elder, and I inquired about the Empress. And this elder said to me, the Empress used to come to this church, that particular church that I had gone to see someone. And he said to me that the Empress always came to this church and her prayer was constant. So I said to him, "You heard her prayer?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Why you say it's constant?" He says that she always started by saying, "May I," meaning she, "may I have a short life so that the emperor may have a long life." And when he told me that, I says, "Whoa," I says, and he says, constantly that was her prayer. "May I have a short life so that the emperor may have a long life." In other words, she was willing to give up her years to him. What a beautiful, beautiful love story. May I have a short life.
And understanding each other's role, how important it was. But she knew what the Emperor's work was about. She knew that Shiloh had come to establish the law.
And the other part now, which I want our listeners to hear also, Brother Priest Dougie, that when he married her, she already had 4 children. And we know over in the West how they behave when you take up a sister who has already has children, whereas 4 children, you start to look down on her as a loose woman. Well, I think again he was teaching us a lesson. If you love somebody, those things doesn't matter. Her children become her children become your children. What a beautiful story. Unconditional. Yes, she already had 4 children by 2 previous marriages. A beautiful story. Yes. Nice. Yes. Yes.
But everyone must know that the coronation started on the second. It will culminate until the 11th. It was 10 days of
Yes.
splendor, 10 days of celebration. You understand? And it started before that because he said, remember now, put off
He was,
coronation.
yeah, because it was from the 3rd of April that he was de facto the emperor. Yes, the 3rd of April, because Zaduta died on the 2nd of April. So he was technically, yes. You continue.
The protocol that time was when a ruler, an emperor or empress, whoever was governing the empire,
Yes, yes,
they would hide that and they would rush to get the heir on the throne, get them crowned and on the oath and establish before announcing the death
of the previous emperor.
and then
Yes,
and then simultaneously announcing the death and the ascension.
yes,
You understand?
yes,
So the emperor, now that he has brought Ethiopia into modern age, was able to now put off that official ceremony for 7 months, so that and usually only a few nobles and ones would attend the coronation. But this time he had time enough to invite representatives of Ethiopia's partners because there's a list on the biography of the countries that Ethiopia has some form of pact with, and he invited their emissaries to be part of the ceremony. You understand? So
and also,
time to travel.
yes,
And not only that, throughout the whole empire of Ethiopia, where only normally a few of the noblemen would be able to attend, had time to send out invitations throughout the realm.
yes.
So ones came from all over Ethiopia as well as all over the world.
And as you mentioned that,
Represented again.
absolutely. And also the preparation too was that he had special crowns made for the different ranks and nobles. Crowns, those members of the, all sort of precious stones. He had crowns made for the royal house, the royal princes. Then certain did jazz match, certain governors from different places. He had special crowns made based on your hierarchy. Yes. Yes. So it gave him time too to have really put on a grand splash. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, Brother Dougie, we give thanks. You also know that the Empress had a magazine named after her. Yes, there was a magazine that she was the patron of. The name of it was Menen, and I think initially it came out of Eritrea, and she gave it her blessings, and they continued for quite some time to put out that magazine, which was named Menen. So all in all, yes.
Was of royal bloodline as well. She was not just a member of the Oromo tribe, but her family line extended all the way to Mohammed. You understand? So she united the realm.
Yes.
No matter what you do,
yes.
united the realm.
Yes.
More than the emperor in respect of the bloodline.
Yes. Yes. She had connections both with the Christian lineage and with the Muslim lineage. Pardon?
Marriage itself was set because by her standing beside him, he was that time, like her prior said, for him to do the work that he did. Because on several occasions, they lived life when they were in a plot to assassinate him. And she got put up by her cousin or someone from the palace because she was so widely, related to different tribes everyone had that love and loyalty towards her. So anything that was going down, she got the word, and she was able to maneuver, because when they were not the party, when he went when he was summoned to Menelik's palace and he went, and it was a trap, and they were supposed to lock them in and assassinate them. She got the win from her cousin and was able to have them baptized by this emperor and his entourage was able to abscond to leave. You understand? And hence was to Harare where he was at that time. So the empress was paramountly important in what the work of the emperor was.
My thinking, yes. And not only that, I think that because almost all of them was related to her, they would not want any harm to come to her because they know that she would not be leaving his side. So any harm coming to him would have extended to her. So I think that was how someone always made sure that she knew how to advise him and when to make the move. Nice. Priest Dougie, it was a joy and a pleasure having you on the program this evening to talk about something that I know you're very passionate about. And I really give thanks that you, yes. Yes. So,
like you said, everyone, the book will come, on shelf shortly.
yes. Yes.
Launch. Will have available. And it is very important for I.
Yes.
It's very important.
Yes.
Because when we do they don't know why we are in the position we are today and how to maneuver out of it. We need to know where we're coming from to know where we're going. And this book is volume 1 of a series.
Yes.
A very in-depth work, very in-depth research and knowledge, information that we have compiled. We're just the conduit.
Yes.
We can't claim anything. We are the conduit that have been chosen to compile it on behalf of our people. So, support it.
Yes. I give thanks to, and as you mentioned the book, just to let our list, this is a book written by Brother Dougie and Priest Dougie and also Brother I. Jabulani. And it features the tribute to the patriots. It features Bedward, one of our outstanding patriots. It features from Bedward now Joseph Nathaniel Hibbert, who was one of those who was charged for treason. Then next we come to, from Hibbert, then we come to Leonard Howell, who was also charged for treason. Then we come now to, from Leonard Howell, we come to so many. We have Rassis Touran inside here. We have King Emmanuel, Charles Edwards, which I didn't know the extent of his persecution until I knew that he went through, and he told me so, but he's not the type of man who will elaborate the details. It's when I read your book, Dougie, that I realize the extent to which King Emmanuel's Charles Edwards was persecuted by the system, government and Babylon.
That's why we have to tell these stories.
Yes.
We have to tell these stories, Brother Mick, because these stories are unknown and we tend to, listen to the propaganda and not to the reality of one's life.
Yes.
What Bedward is, that is folklore that is about Bedward and the stories that they tell about Bedward. Does not do Bedward justice.
No.
Bedward is as the early and today. You understand?
Yeah.
He was one of the first that are black supremacy.
Yes.
Okay. Love yourself first. The man talks about the white wall and the black wall.
There's a
Okay.
and
Man established one of the first independent campsites. Camp.
up there in Augustown. Yes.
We talk about clinical, and it was self-sustained want a part of the system.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? They stepped out of Babylon and established a world of their own.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody tells that story. Everybody knows, you know, the folklore foolishness about that, but and not realizing the great one that has passed through that little land.
Beautiful.
You understand? From Paul over right down, you understand? Great one, you know, and a lot of our founding fathers as Rastafari, their life story is marvelous higher in what they endured and what they overcame to establish themselves. That again, Rastafari is a global movement.
Yes.
You understand? We can't forget them. How we must get them. You know,
Not only. Yeah, man.
and I don't tell them stories. So that's God, you know. And I give thanks, brother, because the humble servant
Yes.
that was able to do my little part. You know, because I learned it from guy as a publisher and a writer yourself, you know. I have always the one that I come to books. As a matter of fact, I tell the story all the time. When I was going to school, the guy brother.
Yes.
First met you when you were teaching at Exeter or whatever.
Yes. Yes.
And you was just come from overseas and I came to visit the guy.
Yes.
You were living at Tankaville.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And that was the first time I saw the book line up to the one a hard copy, cover copy.
Yes.
It was the first time I saw that book.
Yes.
Understand was from the eye. You understand? So part of what I do is inspired by what I have done. So I give thanks to Bridget.
Little by little. Stay strong, my brother, and thanks a lot, and we keep the flames of freedom burning.
Every time.
Well, one love. Nice. So there we have it, brothers and sisters who have been listening. We had to have someone, reason upon the coronation and highlight some of the things. And we try to highlight some of the things that I have not heard mentioned on the other programs, so that we want to just repeat everything that other ones have said, so that we can give a more fulsome report and understanding as to why this coronation was so important and yet so beautiful. Yeah, man. We give thanks as we move along. And like we said, we get quite a bit of knowledge. There was there was a magazine known as the Ethiopian Observer, came out, and a series of them. It was a monthly magazine published in Ethiopia and Britain, and quite a bit came from that. And like I also mentioned, that the Empress now, there's a specific magazine named after her, which again showed not only from the struggles, but the sisters, the queens, I should say, the queen's viewpoint as we move along. Yes. Yes, thank you. You have another coronation?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Go drink a little water, yeah? And that's what finish and play the other one.
Imperial Majesty. A start I concerning His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia. Last time man to share the shape of this nation and the upcoming generation and every living thing that moveth upon iration. His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, born of royal blood, of the royal house of our father David, King of Israel, is the 225th king of the unbroken lineage of kings that constitutes the Ethiopian royal Solomonic dynasty. In the fullness of time appointed, when His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I should be anointed king over Israel, 49 holy bishops and priests of the ancient empire of Ethiopia arrayed themselves in 7 groups of 7 for 7 days and 7 nights in the 7 corners of the Holy St. George's Cathedral in Addis Ababa, chanting the 9th Psalm of our Father David without ceasing and without rest. Then His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, garbed in white silk communion robe, along with his Empress Mary, has just completed a night of prayer at the most holy altar within the cathedral. He opened the doors of the Holy of Holies ponderably and stepped forth, and proceeded by hundreds of priests waving incense burners. His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I entered the auditorium adjacent to the cathedral and sat upon his throne, decorated in scarlet and pure gold. And history can recall all the solemn promises made by His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I as he sat upon the throne of His Holiness in Addis Ababa. Firstly, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie
Leave some books down there.
a solemn vow
For carry, you know?
Oh, you take them out in your book.
Yes. If I bring them up here, so I'll take them out, and, you know? And so on.
and thirdly, that he would build schools
Yeah, you have any more? You have
for
the
the
next music?
spiritual and material welfare
No more about
of his
coronation.
No, the rest of them are
This speaker also
Videos.
called voice of the high
15-minute
priest
videos also.
15-minute video.
as he
Oh,
proclaimed before the Lord.
yes.
Ye princes and ministers, ye nobles and chiefs of the army, ye soldiers and people of Ethiopia, ye doctors and chiefs of the clergy, ye professors and priests, look ye up on our Emperor Haile Selassie I, descended from the dynasty of Menelik I, born of Solomon and of Sheba, a dynasty perpetuated without interruption from that time unto King Haile Selassie and to our times. And from hours large gathering witnessed unfolding of ancient Cuban ceremonial rites, as His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I was granted the 7 royal insignia of Israel. Firstly, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I was
Yes. Who sing that one there?
No, I understand.
Video.
Video, 10 minutes.
About the coronation.
Coronation, 1930.
Can probably play half 5 minutes.
Secondly, he was given the scepter of Israel in ivory and gold, as is written in Genesis chapter 49, that the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor law given from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people. Thirdly, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I was given a golden globe of the whole earth, symbolizing that in his hands he has the whole world in his hands. fourth he was given the diamond encrusted ring. And the fifth was the traditional lances filled with gold. And sixth was the son of
Video?
God.
Video, yeah.
And just as in the days of old, when Samuel anointed our father David, and Zadok and Nathan anointed Solomon, so the Abuna anointed his imperial majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I with 7 different ointments of oil of ancient prescription and placed on his head the magnificent crown of pure-related Ethiopian gold adorned with diamonds and emeralds, concluding that may your crown be a crown of sanctity and glory, and that by the grace and blessings that we have given, you may have an unshaken faith and a pure heart, in order that you may inherit the crown eternal. So be it, so be it, so be it. Let heaven hear and earth listen, and all the foundations thereof be still, and know that His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I is the everlasting King of glory. Honor, majesty, power, and dominion are laid upon him. And righteousness, justice, and judgment is the habitation of his throne. These are the things which many prophets and righteous men of old have desired to see, and have not seen them, and have desired to hear, and have not heard them. But ye, blessed are your ears that have heard, and your eyes that have seen, of the glory of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, King of kings, Lord of lords, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, Selah. Selassie is the champion. Power of the Trinity. Build your mind on this direction. Serve the living God and live. Living God, living God and live. Take your troubles to Selassie. Is the only King of kings. King of kings. King of kings is he. Conquering Lion of Judah. Triumphantly we all must sing. All must sing. All must sing. I search and I search. Spread book of man.
You put the number 1 on this seminar.
In the revelation.
Soon as this finishes, let's go straight to that, yeah?
Look what I find. Haile Selassie is the champion. All the world should know. All should know. All should know.
Remember that song that we did find with Punking, Ranking Punking? In fact, the last time.
The email, the thing about that, we can find it.
Yeah.
I checked it.
We're in the program with it.
Triumphantly, we all must sing. All must sing. All must sing. I search and I search. Great book of man. In the revelation, look what I find. El Selassie is the champion. All the world should know. All should know. All should know. That man is the angel.
Come to me. Yes, as we continue, a song certainly immortalized by Brother Bob. Let's go and read a little thing about the St. Mary of Zion Church in Ethiopia, specifically in Aksum. It says here, Mariam Sion, and I'm reading from the book, Ethiopian Civilization by Belai Gide. Belai, an Ethiopian, a Tigrayan as a matter of fact. Belai spelled B-E-L-A-I, Belai Gide, G-I-D-A-Y. Belai Gide. This is what he wrote. Miriam Sion Cathedral is considered as the mother church of Ethiopian churches and is the most venerate of all the 22,000 churches and monasteries existed in the country. However, perhaps because it was a woman, Queen Yodit, which is Judith, who raised the original church, she had born it long enough, who raised the original church, raised R-A-Z-E-D. Women are not allowed to enter this ancient church. So sometimes the people of Aksum, and here he spells Aksum, A-K-S-U-M. So sometimes the people of Aksum call this church, in short, Enda Sion. Enda, E-N-D-A, Enda Sion, S-I-O-N, which means the house of Sion, or the house of Zion. Inside the compound of the church, there were 4 of the 46 cannons which Emperor Johannes IV had captured from the dervishes. Emperor Johannes, one of the great emperors of Ethiopia, he was Tigrayan, and he led the Ethiopian in battle. Oftentimes you see him with his hair cornrowed. Beautiful, very handsome. And he led the Ethiopians in battle. He won the battle. It was in the 1880s, 1890s. He won the battle, but he had been wounded in the battle, which on the battlefield he didn't show it. Because, you know, the emperor can't look wounded, because that will deflate the other soldiers. So he continued fighting, even though he was wounded. Someone had fired a shot, which hit him in the stomach. He continued fighting, and they won the war. And it was when they returned back to Ethiopia now that they discover he was wounded, and from which wound he died, as Emperor Johannes. So it says here, inside the compound of the church, there were 4 of the 46 cannons which Emperor Johannes captured from the dervishes. However, 2 of them were stolen by the fascists, that is the Italians, though the remaining 2 can still be seen in the compound. The cannons were kept in such condition that during Easter and Hidar Zion festivities, they used to be fired to celebrate the festivals. In front of the gate, which leads to the Church of Zion, stand 4 stone pillars, once used for coronation ceremonies. Nearby is a row of 12 ancient votive stone seats, whereupon sat the judges who counseled the Ethiopian emperors. The coronation ceremony was conducted while the king sat on a pillar-like throne, and the place is still called Menagisha, meaning a place where coronation takes place. The place the Autoxum is called Menagisha, Menagesha, Menagisha, and it means a place where coronation takes place. Among the numerous emperors who were crowned at Axum was Haile Selassie, who was recrowned for the second time at Axum after he was crowned at St. George Cathedral in 1930 at Addis Ababa. Nearby the old church is the new Cathedral of St. Mary of Zion, which was built by Emperor Haile Selassie and was inaugurated during Queen Elizabeth II's visit. Queen Elizabeth of Great Britain, who visited in February of 1965. So the old church was actually burnt down by Judith, and it was built back, beautiful edifice, by His Majesty. But it was also at that church that His Majesty was crowned. I call this, although in this book they refer to it as a second crowning, and I think it means a second crowning as emperor, because he was crowned in 2nd of November 1930. And that was a crowning as an announcement to the world. That was fanfare, stylish, establishment. Yes, I am he. But then became the private crowning now. The crowning between him and the Almighty I. Because the greatness of the St. Mary of Zion Church is that is where the Ark of the Covenant is located. And he felt that he had to go in the presence of the Ark in order to be crowned. In other words, this is the heavenly crowning, brothers and sisters, which their Majesty went through at Axum in Ethiopia. As we continue with our program, yes, I'm going to play my brethren, Robert Mystic. And this is now to strengthen him, cheer him up. Because just out of the blue one day, last week, he just appeared and come and see me. I've been wondering, how I'm not even getting anything, any music or anything from Brother Robert Mystic. So he tell me that he's now strong up and strengthened up. And him give me this one. You know, him always having, this one is unidentified. And it's always on his, you know, I don't know if some of you know that he was a jeweler. Or he's a jeweler before him took up music full time. So him call him label jeweler music. Yes, Bingy Mystic, give thanks.
Unidentified, flying up in the sky. Scotland Yard, IRS. Telling lie, 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 lie. Reptilian beings, kings and queens, politicians, prime ministers and presidents want to replace human beings with artificial intelligence. Here come Mr. Robot, unidentified, flying object in the sky. Unidentified, unidentified, unidentified. The dragon has arrived. The dragon has arrived. Lion still alive. Lion still alive. Unidentified. Lion object in the sky. Unidentified. Flying object in the sky. Here they come with the microchip. Here they come with the microchip.
Stop. Well, I don't know. It's go comment stop. All right. Yes. We're going to play the next song. We're going to play Lest We Forget by David M. Just before we started, this is in regard to Haiti. And we see where one of the main gang leaders in Haiti, Jimmy Cheziga. Jimmy Cheziga, he leads about 9 or 10 gangs in one area. They call him Barbecue. Interesting name. Now I see where he's asking for the Americans to help him to overthrow the interim president. There's an interim president. Remember, the previous president was killed, assassinated, and them even hold one of the man them were involved in Haiti and Jamaica. So you have an interim president now, Ariel Henry. Well, they refer to him as a gang leader, as Jimmy Cherizard. And he's asking America to help him to overthrow Ariel Henry. Now, that in itself is bad because you can't go ask America for it. You know, America put a price for everything. But the interesting thing was what he said. He said that he wanted to overthrow him and the clique that he represents, my words, you know, that's what he meant. Because he says it is the 5% that continue to rule Haiti to the disadvantage while all of the rest of us are poor. So we have to not just want to overthrow the interim prime minister, but he wants to overthrow that clique, that 5% clique that controls the wealth in Haiti. And brothers and sisters, because we always, when we see the pictures and so on, and we read, you always hear about Haiti's poverty. But it's a wealthy country. So you wonder why it's so poor. And that is because the wealth is concentrated there in a few hands. Similar to here in Jamaica, it's just that a little more crumbs reach the poor in Jamaica, a little more crumbs. But in Haiti, no, them not pretend. And this is going on for nearly 100 years in Haiti, you know, that them really, the wealth of the country stay in the hands, especially of those that are of mulatto extraction. David M.
That all men can live with dignity. I have a dream this afternoon.
Free at last, free at last.
Let us talk over Italica. And as we're wrapping up, moving down with the program, or moving up with the program, I have to say this. I see a lot of writings and a lot of talk about cults. And this, ever since this brother Smith has died, and for him culting in Montego Bay. And there have been a lot of talks about cults and this and that and so on. Brothers and sisters, the biggest cult and the biggest blood-drinking cult in Jamaica and in the world is the Catholic Church. Yeah, man, the Catholic Church, them drink more blood than any blood with cemetery, any other cult. Them is the biggest cult in the world, the Catholic Church. And them drink more blood. You see that cathedral in St. Lucia, brothers and sisters? That was a cathedral declared by the Pope to be a minor basilica. A minor basilica means it is a part, because where the Pope lives in Rome is called the basilica. So a minor basilica is a piece of his home. And the church in St. Lucia was declared a minor basilica by a previous Pope who went there. As far as I know, there are only about 2 minor basilicas in the Western Hemisphere. One is in St. Lucia and one is in Brazil. And at that church, I have spoken to priests who tell me that they have drank blood there. And you go further to say it has to be virgin blood. So where you get virgin blood from? The Catholic Church is the biggest cult, and don't make them fool you and think. I don't say them have other cults. This whole thing about wine is the blood of Christ, and the bread is the flesh and body of Christ. All of that is part of the cultism to make people drink blood. So we could start to understand ourselves and blast those who need to be blasted. That whole cultism in the religious business. So Smith is just a minor player in this whole big conundrum of cults and blood drinking.
Tell me to the ground. I have seen the pictures of man on the moon. I have seen the wall that fell and not too soon. Never thought I'd live to see those winds of change. Fulfill the hope of those whose blood flows through my veins. Whose blood flows through my veins.
Yeah. We'll finish with this song. Number 4 upon this. Yeah, we'll still finish with that. Yeah, man, we give thanks, and as we get ready to move out of here now, I want to thank all those who had called in, all those who participated. I want to thank Priest Dougie. Be strong. Remember, those who want to help Brother Windy, you can call me at 631-9207. We want to heal all the brothers and sisters, Rasai Vi, Rasai V, and all the brethren them over there in Montego Bay at Granville, who are celebrating this 91st coronation on behalf of all of us. We say enough love, enough blessings, enough honor. I should also point out Abuna Krylos. Krylos is spelled K-R-Y-I-L-O-S, who had placed the crown on His Majesty and Her Majesty's head. He was actually an Egyptian member of the Orthodox. Now, one of the things that His Majesty did when the country was liberated and he came back to his throne in 1941, gradually he worked towards, because the Abunas of the church in Ethiopia were always appointed from Egypt and had to be an Egyptian. That happened, that was going on with the Orthodox community for thousands of years. Well, the Majesty gradually had to put an end to that so that the Ethiopian church is headed by an Ethiopian and not an Egyptian. I think Krylos, Abuna Krylos, was the last Egyptian to have served as head of the church in Ethiopia. So as we move out of here now, we're going to end with, they don't really care about us. We played it extensively one evening and quite a few people like it. My brethren, Natty Pablo, stay strong as we think. They don't really care about us. That is the reality. Them not really care about us. Give thanks. Black live, black love, black evermore.
Rastafari, the last year I live for the rest of the world. It's the act of every man. Oh, Nana, reaching out for Babylon. Now knows the start, the moment we are found. I don't really want to say they don't really care about us. I really wanna say they don't really care about us. I really wanna say they don't really care about us. I really wanna say they don't really care about us. They don't care when we eat and them don't care when we sleep. Them don't care when we live and what they have to give. They care about the car and they care about the bus. They don't care if they want to go up on time for trust. They give them by us and they take the plus. Now them and that one with the bus. Give them the black blood and them the way for bus. Now we have it at the time. I really wanna say they don't really care about us. I really wanna say they don't really care about us.
They don't really care about us. You know, I want black. The Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church. And we know we have had certain problems with some of the brethren them who had carried certain line. But I look forward to the day when the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church and the Nyabingi House join together in liberating black people from Babylon. The Nyabingi House for years has concentrated on the heretical, spiritual, and natural aspect. The Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church, they concentrated on acquiring land. They never really had the doctrine right, but they acquired the land. So the day that we all come together now, where they will get the spirituality and the land, and we'll join together and compile and form a powerful black force. I know some of the things that was printed, brothers and sisters, but in the struggle, we will learn to work together. Give thanks.
Can't get coming, they never give them no form of education. Now the youth them grow up with the guns in the hand. Politics was their only persuasion. Now you see, we can't take back the hands of crime. If you want man, they want a pure crime. If you turn man, they turn a pure crime. All I really want to say, they don't really care about us. All I really want to say, they don't really care about us. All I really want to say, they don't really care about us. All I really wanna say, they don't really care about us. We don't care what we eat and them don't care what we sleep. Them don't care what we live and what we have to give. They care about the tithe and they care about the must. They don't care if they want to go and put some plus. They give me minus and I can take the plus. Now them let man them want with the bus. If you like that, then they do it if you bus. Now we have it at the time, yeah. All I really wanna say, they don't really care about us.
A nice song now. Yes, yes, Rev. You know, you may have blood fire the Catholic Church.
Catholic,
And them are the biggest cult.
homosexual and cult.
Drink the most blood.
Both with the homosexual.
And all them nastiness there.
Rape of the boy.
Biggest, yeah.
Not priest.
Yeah. Smith can't come near up to them at all. And them are the biggest cult in the world. Talk for a priest that said, and the man said, to qualify him to drink virgin blood.
Yeah.
So virgin mean woman? He say, yes.
Yeah.
Say, what? Them kill the woman? Say, no. Priest, may I tell you about Catholic priest. So don't tell me that. I say, virgin, you sure you know what you talk about him? Say, yes, Brother Miguel. Qualified. Oh, and them in the occult business. Wait, your man.
Sad, but
Yes.
Will you join us? Yes, indeed. It's going to be powerful. This on every Wednesday, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. We're leaving for the bus, God. We're leaving for the bus, God.
The station that makes you feel good.
I love this station. I think it's great. My station. My station.
Keep it right here. Keep it right here.
Fast FM. Keep listening.
yeah. Like one, do this.
Glory.
I want to strong.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, right. I don't know if it's a shot.
I say me papa is alive, say me daddy is risen. I say me daddy is alive, say me dada is. I say me daddy no there, say me daddy no there, say me daddy no there, say me daddy no there. I say me papa is alive, say me daddy is risen. I say me dada is alive, say me daddy is. I say them nailed it to the cross. It's not the end of victory. 3 days he spent out in the grave, and now he rises victory. Lord, I say me daddy is alive, say me papa is risen. I say me daddy is alive, say me dada is. I say me daddy no there, say me daddy.
Yeah, them have a little large man them too.
Yes, I will be your man.
Because them want next set again with Jamaica embrace.
Yes.
Big.
Yes.
And a whole heap of with top man them, police, soldier,
Judge.
doctor, judges. Most of them are large man and them man their blood drink.
Yes.
Human.
Yes.
When they're dead, they carry all the body in them place, cut out the
All
skull.
sort of things.
Oh. And then something go on in the country.
I mean, I know one
When
man,
them come talk about
a judge brother we did. And a lawyer will live next door to him. And his wife was in America when he died. And when his wife come back, she had to come and fee him house, come stay the lawyer house next door.
Yeah.
She couldn't go to her own house.
No.
The man them take over the house.
All right.
And the man said, when him and she over there, them a look over there. Them see the man, them a dance to the dead man.
Yeah.
I walk him round the yard,
All right.
around the house.
All right.
She must have to stay out her house about 14 days.
Okay.
Before she could go over there. I'm with you, man.
Be a thing with the large man. Them want next set up here. And them big in our country. Huge. No five man them where you
They
see.
represent large man of court. And the man look for me and say, Brother Miguel, I have to turn up today. So you know, say Warren, I got issue for him. Say no worry, man. Everything. I got a quote to him. So I'm calling him name. John bro. No, see the man. Me no have no explanation. I mean, I know what to tell you. And you know warrant.
No?
You know, issue no warrant for the man. And me no see the man again after that.
Alright.
Him no come back a quote no nothing. And he never left Jamaica. I see him in Jamaica. But
Case that shit.
yes. Man say, boy, you know what about that. Normally that you bandits cheated, bail thing and that and bail taken away. Me no hear nothing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Tell you. I saw that country around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not for all the police.
You say, now my CD them over there. Let me sing one.
Glory. Hallelujah. Say me daddy no there, say me daddy no there, say me daddy no there, say me daddy no there. I say me papa is alive, say me daddy is the reason. I say me daddy is alive, say me dada is. I say me daddy no there, say me daddy no there, say me daddy no there, say me daddy no there. I say me papa is alive, say me daddy is the reason. I say me dada is alive, say me daddy is. I say them nailed it to the cross. They thought they had the victory. 3 days he spent out in the grave, and now he rises victory. Lord, I say me daddy is alive, say me papa is the reason. I say me daddy is alive, say me dada is. I say me daddy no there, say me daddy no there, I say me daddy no there, I say me daddy no there. I say me daddy is alive, say me papa is the reason. I say me daddy is alive, say me dada is. Oh Lord, said I won't say daddy day, said I won't say daddy day, said I won't say papa day, him no they do. Said I won't say daddy day, and I hate him and tell her. I won't say papa day, him no. Say me daddy no day, say me daddy no day, say me daddy no day, say me daddy no day. I say me papa is alive, say me daddy is the reason. I say me dada is alive, say me daddy is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
You alright?
We give Jack Thompson really clear now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'll check it out. Shit.
Your headphone there, sir.
Yeah, that's easy.
daddy did. All I hear them a tell. Some say daddy did no. Say me daddy no day. 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 I say me papa is alive. Say me daddy is the reason. I say me dada is alive. Say me daddy is. I say me daddy no day. Say me daddy no day. I say me daddy no day. Say me daddy no day. I say me daddy is alive. Say me papa is the reason. I say me daddy is alive. Say me daddy is the reason. I say me papa is alive. Say me daddy is the reason. Say me dada is alive. Say me daddy is the reason.